Jalen Hurts, the Eagles quarterback, clears concussion protocol and will start this wild card game against the Green Bay Packers. Okay? Now, this game is today, Sunday, January 12th. It's always interesting when there's any kind of injuries with Jalen Hurts, right? As he has the word hurt in his last name, isn't it? And again, this all starts with the language, all right? So we get Jalen Hurts, a trending character on the football stage. You know, Jalen, kind of like Jay Z, right? That's not the first time that's happened. Even quarterback for the Washington Commanders, Jaden Daniels, he's been trending lately as well. And the Commanders are the team that Jalen Hurts suffered the concussion against. That's the team, right? The Washington Commanders. So again, it all starts with the language, and with the language, these characters all trend at the same time, right? And you see I got it highlighted right there. So they say clears concussion protocol. Notice how concussion protocol equals 84 in gematria, and Hertz will return against the Green Bay Packers. Green Bay Packers equals 84. Even Jalen Alexander Hurts. Alexander's the middle name. Alexander, you get 84. And the last breakdown I did on this channel, Anita Bryant, dead at age 84. So you see all this stuff. And you know why that's amazing? Because Jalen Hurts plays for the Philadelphia Eagles, and Kobe Bryant was born in Philadelphia, and his death anniversary is upcoming on the 26th. So you get that Kobe Bryant energy still lingering. See, death date 126, so that date's right around the corner. And I said Kobe born in Philadelphia, right? So you get that Jalen Hurts Philadelphia energy in there, you see? Right there. Okay, and I just caught that on the fly. Look, you see him with the Eagles jersey on right there, right? You see that? All right. So, just to prove my point. So, back over here. Okay, and you see the wild card game against Green Bay. So, two teams that wear green. Okay, look at this. I mentioned the concussion taking place against the Washington Commanders and their quarterback, right? Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. I showed you the J Z also connected, all by the language. Even in the reverse cipher, Jalen Alexander Hurts, you get 301. Z is 1, A is 26. And Hertz equals 31. Concussed equals 31, like 301. Concussed even equals 103 in ordinal. So you get these same numbers in here. All right. Even Washington, where he picked up the concussion against. Washington 130, and that is the ABC 123 cipher. So 130, 103, 301, 31, 31. right? Not a coincidence. You get those same numbers right there. All and even look, concussion, commanders. You see that right there? And let's look at that box score real quick of that game. I believe it was on December 22nd. We'll verify that right now. But you see this game today, it says 2:30 p.m. The Packers will travel to Philadelphia in this wild card game. So let me just go back here and let's look at that Commanders game real quick. So yep, 12-22, and the Commanders with that 3-point victory right here. Kenny Pickett, I think this is the game Kenny Pickett had to step in and finish. Okay, and look at I think this is yeah. So Kenny Pickett steps in. Look at Kenny Pickett. He threw for 143 yards right there. You see that right there? So Kenny Pickett throws for 143 yards in that game. And isn't that the Eagles record? And that's the Eagles record. Look at that. 14 wins and 3 losses, okay? And so what did Hurts do? What did Hurts do before the concussion? Let's see. Player stats. Just 1 of 4 for 11 yards. You see right there. Okay? Right. So Commanders, concussion, and we're going to look at it too. But you even get a 13 date numerology on today, the date of the game. Okay? So 13 date numerology. Washington 130, Jalen Alexander Hurts 301, concussed 103, concussed 31, Hurts 31. We're going to look at it a little bit. We're going to go to YouTube. And we're going to check this out. Let's see how severe this was, okay? Let me pause it. Pause it right there. No need for any unnecessary edits, right? So 2nd and 20. Wow, that's amazing right there. 2nd and 20. Look at that 2nd and 20 real quick. And watch, I'm going to fast forward in the slides real quick, and I'm going to show you. Check this out. So it's 2nd and 20, it appears, for that play. Look at Jalen Hurts' birthday, August 7th. Look at that right there. The 220th day of the year. And National Football League equals 220 in the ABC 1, 2, 3 cipher. Okay? And that's his last birthday. August 7th right there. Isn't that amazing? Oops, let me refresh this. That's absolutely amazing if you ask me. Right? And I just caught that on the fly right there, okay? So his last birthday, the 220th day of the year, National Football League equals 120, or excuse me, 220, and it was 2nd down and 20. How about that, man? 7-0. Pretty sweet right there. Okay, so he's going to take off and appear to run. Appear to run the football here. Let's open this up. Here he goes. And he's got the 1 on the jersey. I noticed that. Didn't look so bad, but who am I? Who am I to say it wasn't severe, right? As Hurt gets hurt with that concussion. Hurts, excuse me, gets hurt with that concussion. Now he pops up looking a little bit drowsy right there. Okay, let's look at it one more time. They draw up the play. It looks like it was a planned run. All right. And he bangs his head against the turf. Right? It didn't appear to be that bad, but hey, a concussion is a concussion, and Hurts picks up the concussion, but I guess that's okay now because he will make his return again against the Green Bay Packers, right? As they host Green Bay today. And you could see that again right there. The Packers are 11-6. And let me go back to the slide that I was on. Okay, so look, we're on that middle name Alexander still. Okay, and notice Jalen Alexander Hurts equals the date of the game. Look at that right there. Jalen Alexander Hurts, 112 in reverse reduction. There's only 4 ciphers that I'm using. The English language, the alphabet. 112, just like the date of the game. And that's today, 1/12. Look how Alexander in reverse, you get 159. And it's a 159-day span from Jalen's last birthday to this game. Let that soak in. 159-day span. The last birthday to the game. When his middle name equals 159, his full name 112, like the date of the game. Makes his return after clearing concussion protocol. Okay, so that's a 159-day span, right, from start to end. But the game 158 days after his birthday, which is the same as 22 weeks, 4 days, wild card game equals 224. Z is 1, A is 26. You just got to apply that reverse method, and it's simple. You can use this calculator that's free. Gematrinator 85. Wild card game. 224. You see that right there? And don't forget something else wild that's trending. You see that right there? These fires, right? Okay? Right? I mean, what were the chances that all of that was going to trend at the same time, all by the language? Okay? And don't forget the Commanders quarterback in that concussion game, Jaden Daniels, right? Like Jalen Hurts, okay? All in the language. And again, you see the play was on, and look at the 20-yard line. You see Hurts laying for the concussion on 2nd and 20. And again, his last birthday, the 220th day of the year, National Football League equals 220. Bada boom. Bada boom, bada bang. You see? Okay? So that would suck if your last name was Hurts, especially when the world is coded and, this language just kind of, repeats history, right? So I guess, it matters. Obviously he couldn't control his last name, but it matters what you name your kids as well, y'all. Okay? Be leery of that. And let's go to the article and let's scan the article. Green Bay Packers, the opponent. Right? So the Eagles quarterback, again, hasn't played since he suffered the concussion. 12-22. So even with the 22nd day of December, you get more 22s, right? With his birthday, the 220th day of the year, National Football League, 220, the 20-yard line. You see him lay, right? On 2nd and 20. And the 26-year-old Hurts returned to practice this week. A sure sign he was healthy enough to make the postseason start. Hurts missed the final 2 games, another 2, where backups Kenny Pickett and Tanner McKee led the Eagles to victories. So those 2 quarterbacks, right, stepped in and were successful, but led the Eagles on a 10-game winning streak before he was injured in a loss to the Commanders. The Eagles were a 4.5-point favorite on Monday to beat the Packers and had 7-1 odds to win the Super Bowl, according to BetMGM Sportsbook. And I don't encourage gambling because you could take every team and you could find connections on how they could win, okay? And none of that is a coincidence, as obviously, pretty decent teams, right? There are 5 phases in the concussion protocol, with the final one clearance by an independent neurological consultant. Here you can look at Jalen Hurts while I read a little bit more. Hurts said he had never suffered a concussion, but added, "I feel great now. The Eagles are a legitimate Super Bowl contender with Hurts in the lineup and should have the upper hand against Green Bay." And look at this. We get another J. Who is the quarterback for the Packers? Jordan Love. Okay? Jalen Hurts, Jordan Love. The concussion against the Commanders, their top quarterback is Jaden Daniels. And again, you get the Jay-Z connection, the rapper trending. And I mentioned we had the 84s earlier in the breakdown. Remember Anita Bryant, her family, after 3 weeks, announces her death? Anita Bryant, Kobe Bryant, the Philadelphia connection. She dies at 84. The middle name Alexander, 84. Green Bay Packers, 84. Concussion protocol, 84. Right? All by the language. And his full name equaling the date of the game today. Come on, man. Ooh, Jalen Hurts. His birthday, August 7th, 16 days before Kobe Bryant's birthday. On Kobe born on the 23rd. Okay? And remember his death date anniversary right around the corner now. So all by the language. You get it? All by the language. These letters have numerical values attached to them, and it shows day in and day out, y'all. Okay? One more time, okay? Hurts, who played late in the season with the broken finger on his non-throwing hand, threw just over 2,900 yards this season. Threw for just over 2,900 yards, 18 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He threw only 1 interception after the NFC East champion Eagles returned from their Week 5 bye. Okay? Thanks to the tush push. What the hell is that? Hurts has 14 rushing touchdowns this season. All right? And I don't think I need to read this any more of these quotes here. Hurts was 20 of 34. Look, you get another 20. Let me zoom in on that. Remember, he was down at the 20-yard line after the hit, or after he hit the turf, right? On 2nd and 20, and remember his birthday, the 220th day of the year. National Football League 220. Another 20 right there, okay? And look at this, man. They even 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Holy crap. And led the Eagles to a 34-29 victory over the Packers in the season opener, y'all. So 2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2. And look, here's a 2022 right there. Okay? Look. NFL MVP runner-up in 2022. Okay? He rushed for 630 yards this season. Okay? Damn, right? At least the Eagles have the 9th 2,000-yard single-season rusher in NFL history. I mean, in the backfield, Saquon Barkley. So we get twos everywhere, right? And again, Pickett started the first game in the Hurts absence. And then Tanner McKee right here had the other start. All right. And you see that right there. And here's Kenny Pickett. I was just seeing if there was any more 20s or 22s. All right. So, and it says here Eagles quarterback Kenny Pickett limited in practice. But, anyways, with Hurts on the comeback, right? Perfect. Are they going to show us like a NFC bracket? NFC playoff bracket? Let's see. And don't forget with that Anita Bryant connection, the singer anti GAY with that character. Don't forget her with the Kobe Bryant connection. She was Miss Oklahoma 1958. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl is 59, so just one number off with that. And here's the bracket right here. Green Bay at Philadelphia. And then Monday, we have Minnesota versus the Rams, and that will be in Arizona now. And then Washington, that team he suffered the concussion against, they will travel to Tampa Bay. Okay, and then over in the AFC, you have the Broncos at Bills today. And then you have Houston versus the Chargers. I don't see a day there. And then Baltimore, it looks like, oh, okay, well, those games are done. Houston over the Chargers. The Texans ride defense. Win to over Chargers after slow start. Ravens 28-14 over the Steelers there. And you get the divisional round. You get the Lions here in the NFC. The number 1 seed Lions will host the team with the lowest seed. In the AFC, the number 1 seed Kansas City Chiefs will host the team with the lowest seed. The number 4 seed Houston Texans will be on the road. And the 3 seed Baltimore Ravens could host a game if the 2nd seed Buffalo Bills lose on Sunday. And look at, you even get the conference championships. Look at that, 126. Again, that's Kobe Bryant's death anniversary. Okay? 126. You see that right there? With the Philadelphia connection with Jalen Hurts. How about that? Kobe born in Philadelphia, y'all. And then again, the Super Bowl on February 9th. And of course, Kendrick Lamar will be performing during the halftime show. And don't forget, this is in New Orleans with all of the trending news surrounding New Orleans with that truck driving into the crowd or whatever. Okay, so I hope y'all saw all these connections as I present them to you. Absolutely undeniable. Okay, we just kind of glance again. All right, so I appreciate y'all. This is Daily Decodes 81, 2, and I'm looking forward to breaking down these playoff games for y'all. Okay, again, I'm not doing it for money. I'm doing this just to get the truth out there that we live in a fake world, man. 100%. Okay, from top to bottom, all of this stuff is controlled, all distractions. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts clears concussion protocol, and we'll start wild card game against the Green Bay today. We'll see what happens. I'll be headed to work here in a bit, so I guess when I get off, I'll have to see what the result was. Okay, so Green Bay, Jalen Hurts is gonna make his return after clearing concussion protocol for the Eagles, and we'll see what happens, y'all. Shout out to all of you out there. Shout out to AI. Shout out to the haters, but a big shout out to Richard West for sure. I appreciate you, brother. Until next time, there's always more, but I leave it there. Peace.